everyone, welcome back. So today's video is an updated version from a video I did quite a few months ago, and it's using some of my favorite products, some nude products. I'm kind of incorporating some of that, of some of the products that you haven't seen on my channel before. So I thought it would be fun just to sit down, play with some makeup, and I'm really interested to see how a couple of these are going to work. One of them is definitely out of my comfort zone, but I always want to try and experiment new things. So let's get right into the video. Okay, so let's get started. So the first product that I'm going to go in with is the Maybelline Master Prime. So this is new. I haven't tried this one yet before. And this is their Blur and Smooth. Now there was a bunch of other types, but I like to always kind of have a blurring effect on where my pores are. So we'll see how this is going to work. Let's get that out of the way. I'm not quite sure how much to put on, so let's just give a little bit of, oh, it's quite actually, it's like almost like a lotion. So let's put that on. Doesn't really have a scent to it. I always try and fill in my wrinkles and lines that I have up here on my forehead and put it where my pores are and down kind of around my mouth area where I have some more wrinkling in there. So we'll see how this is going to work out. I'm going to let that sit for a couple of minutes. I always like to apply my products in layers and then just kind of let it sit and absorb into the skin. And then we'll go into the next step. So it does feel a little bit, I was just kind of feeling before I'm going to put the foundation on, it feels just a little bit tacky, which is probably a good thing for when you're putting foundation on. So it says it visually blurs tone imperfections and smooths fine lines, primes skin for, sorry, my glasses. Just give me a second to find my glasses. Okay, so it says, prime skin for a smooth start, lightweight, non-oily formula, does not clog pores. So that's a good thing. Yeah, so this one, yeah, like I said earlier, this comes in a bunch of different types, but I like this one. I think there was like a color correcting one, something like that. So yeah, we'll see how that, sorry, I'm just dropping things here. So we'll see how that turns out. So the next product I wanted to give a try was this L'Oreal. It's the Visible Lift Serum. And what I had heard really good things about this one, and someone actually suggested it to me. And it's for like aging skin. And it says Visible Lift corrects the signs of aging by providing coverage that reduces the look of fine lines, wrinkles, and hiding age spots, brightens, defines, and evens the skin. So yeah, I thought, okay, well, this sounds good. It's a Pro-Retinol A and has vitamin E and C in it. And it says Advanced Age Reversing Makeup. So let's give this a try because we want to do any sort of age reversing that we can. Give it a little shake. And I haven't used it yet, so this might be a bit tough getting off. There we go. So I'm not sure exactly how much to put on. I'm just going to start off with just a tiny little bit on the back of my hand. I prefer to put foundation on the back of my hand. Some people will put it like on an actual surface and use the sponge that way, or a brush, however they're putting it on. But I prefer to put a little bit on my back of my hand. So I'm just going to start off with one pump because it looks like it's a little bit on the thicker side. It's not runny. So let's put it on like I normally would. So on these areas here. And this one doesn't really have much of a, there's a tiny little scent, but nothing overpowering. So I think I'm going to go in with that much first. I always say, if you've watched me before, just to kind of go in with less is more. So you can always build up product on your face or wherever you're using it. So let's just give this a try. And you'll notice I am using that L'Oreal. This is that L'Oreal sponge. I have been really liking this, so that's again one of on my favorite list. So it's blending really nicely. The color shade, you know how you try and color match while you're in the store. So I was trying to color match. I'm just in the last few stages of getting all that spray tan off my face and my neck and stuff. So there might be little remnants of that left. But yeah, for the most part, it seems to be blending in quite nicely. Just going to take a little bit more that I still have on the back of my hand and kind of do in this area here. So the coverage is really nice. I'm just going to do a little bit around my nose area, because I always have a little bit of redness in there. I would say this is a more of a medium, like a medium coverage. It's not a full coverage, which is nice because I'm not a full coverage foundation person, so I am liking that. It feels quite lightweight on the face, and I just want to make sure that I run it down my neck area so everything looks seamless. You don't want to look like you're wearing a mask, and hopefully I won't get any on my white shirt. I don't know why I wear a white shirt when I'm doing this, but maybe it's a challenge to make sure I don't get any spots on my shirt. So yeah, I'm really liking how this has turned out. It's quite nice, and it doesn't seem to be settling into my lines at this point. That's a good sign. The color match is really good, actually. That was good. And it's kind of hiding these, I don't know if it's showing up on the camera, it's kind of hiding these spots a little bit more than some of my other foundations do. So I like that. It's always kind of hard trying to mask these on a daily basis. So yeah, I'm impressed with that one. It feels really nice. So next we're going to go in with my favorite, the Maybelline Age Rewind, and I do have this in the shade Neutralizer. I do prefer this shade in particular. I know that there is a whole shade range with these, but I just prefer this one. It has a bit of a yellow undertone to it, which is kind of nice for hiding those dark circles I have. And it's nice also for highlighting the rest of my face. So I'm just going to go in with the little sponge and do under my eye area first. And bring it up onto my eyelid. And then I'm just going to use this part of the sponge to blend in the rest of my face. And this one blends in so nicely. And you have lots of time to work with it. Some concealers will dry really, really fast on you when you're trying to blend them in. So I like this one. It's very creamy. And it hides what I need it to hide. And while that's kind of drying, I'll let that just kind of sit. I'm going to go ahead and do my eyebrows. So this is the Covergirl, and I have this in the shade Soft Brown. This is just their Ultrafine brow pencil. So I'm first going to just quickly use the spoolie end and brush them through. And then I'm just going to start working on the sparse areas, which is usually kind of at the end here of my eyebrows. So yeah, when I've been in the stores recently, there's been so many new products coming out at the drugstore. Hopefully I can pick up a few of those. Again, just remember, I don't get any PR packages, so everything that you see is stuff that I personally buy myself. But I love new makeup, so it's always fun trying new stuff. And this is such a soft pencil. I like this one, and I also like the Loreal brow definer. Well, that's good. We're having a good eyebrow day. I always like that when they work out. Okay, then I'm going to go in with some powder, and I'm going to use two different powders today to set my face. So the first one I'm going to use the Maybelline Fit, and I have this in the shade Fair Light. And I use this one to set my under eye area. And I'm just going to use that little sponge. And I just use a tiny little bit. I don't want it looking, getting cakey under my eye. So I'm just going to use a bit of that. And I prefer to go in with a sponge when I'm applying my face powder under my eye. And that way it's going to look less dry. It just helps it set because the sponge is a little bit damp. And then for the rest of my face, I'm going to go in with the Marcelle. This is the Luminous face powder. I'm just going to put that on the little parts of my face that I put that concealer. My skin is very dry, so I don't need to do my whole entire face. But I get a little bit throughout the day. I do get a little bit oily in my T-zone area. So I do like to set that and try to put a little bit where my smile lines are, and I find that sometimes helps the foundation not settle into them. So for eyeshadow today, I have two different palettes. Again, these are, one of them is my absolute favorite. So this is the Marcelle, and you can see it's very, very well used. And those are the shades in there. And then that's for the warm, that's the warm nudes. And then I've also just recently purchased cool nudes. And it's those ones there, just a little bit different, some darker shades over here. So I'm gonna go, I may use both of these and try them both out. So I think for my transition shade, I'm gonna go in with this, I don't know if the camera will show it up there, it's like a peach, like a really light peach color. And if I can find my eyeshadow brush, there it is. I just got my blending brush by NYX. So I'm just gonna take that transition shade and put it all over my lid. And I'm using a very light hand. You can see my fingers are at the end of the brush, and I'm just doing it very, very lightly. Okay, so next I'm going to go in onto the Warm Nudes palette, and I'm going to use this shade right here, which is just a really dark brown. I'm going to zoom you guys in actually a little bit. Here, just give me a second to zoom you in. There, now you can see a little bit better of what I'm doing with my eyeshadows. So yeah, I'm just going to go in with that brown very lightly, and I'm just going to go in and put it in the corner of my eye. And I forgot to tap it off, so you'll see I'm going to have a little bit of fallout, but that's easy to brush away. And I think that's why a lot of people, some of the other YouTubers I watch, they'll actually do their eyes first and then go and do the rest of their face after. And that's one of the reasons, is just because sometimes you can get fallout. I'm just going to run it right into the corner of my eye as well. And blend it all in. And you'll have to excuse, I'm not wearing nail polish today, so my nails don't look that great. But I don't know if this happens to you guys out there, but if I wear nail polish too much, my nails actually become quite, they start peeling and they become quite brittle. And it doesn't matter what like base coat I use or what top coat I use, and even the brands, like I use Essie and OPI, it doesn't matter anything like that. Yeah, my nails just sometimes don't like the nail polish, so I have to stop wearing it for a little while, and it's almost like they have to grow out a little bit, and then I can start wearing nail polish again. So you'll notice in these next few videos that I'm not wearing nail polish, as much as I like my nails to look really nice. Now I'm going to take that, there's a lighter shade, a lighter gold shade right there. And I'm going to take that and put that on my lid. I'm going to use a different brush. I think I'm going to go in just with this flat, this is just like a flat eyeliner brush. I'm just going to pack that a little bit onto the lid area. Just want a little bit of extra color on that lid. And then I'm going to go in with just that really, really dark color here. I mean, pull it right up here. It's a really, really dark brown. And I'm just going to put that right in the very corner, just to give it a little bit more depth. Just build it up just a little bit into my crease area. And by putting it just in the outer corner here, or the outer V part of my eye, it's just going to help give it a little bit of a lifting effect. And then I'm just going to take the little brush that came with the kit, and I'm going to use a little bit of the dark brown and light brown. I'm just going to run that under my lower eye area. And then I'm just going to take my Real Techniques. This is the base shadow brush, and I'm just going to lighten it up a little bit. That'll just soften it up. And then I'm just going to take that also and just kind of blend any harsh lines that may still be present. It's the key to eyeshadow, is just always making sure that you're blending really well. Okay, so now we're going to go in with some eyeliner. The one I'm going to be using today is the NYX. This is the NYX Retractable Eyeliner. And this is waterproof, and it is in the shade black. Now I'm going to use, I don't normally like to use black. I prefer to go with brown because it's gives you a softer effect. But I bought this NYX one for that NYX video that I did. So I just wanted to use it. Otherwise it's just going to sit there. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to soften the black up after I'm done lining it. So let's just line it first. And then we'll go in and I'll show you how to soften that up. And I'm doing it right along the lash line. And I do prefer to work with a pencil rather than the liquid eyeliners. I just find these are a little bit more forgiving. And let's see, sometimes it's really hard when your eyes are older. It's really hard to do it freehand without pulling you have to just sometimes pull just a little bit. And I know we're not supposed to do that because it causes more wrinkles, but I can't. I have all this wrinkling now on the outer part of my eye, so it's really hard to try and do this freehand. But sometimes I can do it just a little bit. I usually don't run it all the way down. And another trick that I will show you is also to make your eyelashes look a little bit fuller, because I'm not going to be wearing false eyelashes today. I'm just going to do a little bit of tight lining. Now there's different ways that I've seen other people do it. Some people actually lift their eye out of the way, or sorry, their eyelid out of the way. Some people just kind of run it along the rim. So I prefer just to kind of run it along the rim like this. And it just kind of gives your eye a little bit more fullness. It does make your eyes water. You're not poking it in your eye, but you're just running it along that upper lash area on the inside. I'm just going to add a little bit more here. And then I'm just going to take an angle brush. So this is, where if I can find it here, this is just my Real Techniques, and it is, hold on a second, hold on. This is the definer brush. And I'm just going to smudge the lash line so the line doesn't look so harsh. And it's just going to soften it up. Because that's the one thing on when you use black eyeliner is it can look harsh. See how this one already looks a little bit softer compared to this side? Yeah, and now you can kind of see how they're both not as harsh looking. So we're just next going to go in and I'm going to curl my lashes. Okay, so I've zoomed you guys back out a little bit now. So we're going to curl our lashes, and then we're going to go in with a new mascara that I bought. So I think it's really important to curl your lashes. It does make a huge difference, especially when you have, like me, my lashes seem to just kind of grow straight out. Yeah, so I purchased a new mascara. So this is the L'Oreal Voluminous, but what I thought was cool about it is the shade. So my girlfriend was actually wearing, I went out for breakfast with her last week, and she had on this blue mascara, and I thought it looked so pretty on her. So I thought, hey, you know what? I'm going to go and pick up some blue mascara. So this is the shade Cobalt Blue, and this is, it says it's 5 times fuller lashes. So we'll see if that claim is right. I do recall them having a shade, like a plum shade, which I think would be interesting to try as well. But yeah, this is totally out of my comfort zone. I don't usually wear colored mascaras. I'm usually either like a black or like a brown black. So I was interested. I was very intrigued by this. So we'll see how this works. So the wand is quite nice. Just a nice full wand. Any of the Voluminous mascaras by L'Oreal, they're usually so good. And what I do is when I put it on and I kind of wiggle back and forth. But yeah, this is such a cool shade. Look at that. I can see the blue. That looks so pretty. And really, this would go with any shade. Like if you're blue eyes or brown eyes, green eyes. Oh, that's really pretty. So what I do sometimes is I'll put one coat on, I'll kind of let it dry a little bit, and then I'll go in with a second coat, and that usually makes it even more fuller. Yeah, look at how much fuller it is. This is the second coat, and this is still the first coat eye. Wow, that is really nice, and the color is great. Really nice. That is amazing. As always, I don't know if you guys, I always leave all the descriptions down below of everything that I've used, if you're ever wondering. I always have that link down below. So that is really pretty. Wow, what a beautiful shade. That is gorgeous color. So I'm going to go in and I'm just going to line the inner rim of my eye. And this is the Maybelline Lasting Drama in the shade Nude, I believe. Now I'm not sure, I couldn't find this again, so I'm not sure if it was like a special edition or if they've discontinued it, but I hope not, because it's my favorite shade to just kind of line the inner rim. Yeah, it just opens the whole eye area up. Okay, so here is one of my favorite parts. I have another one coming up that I'm really excited for. So I don't know if whenever I'm uploading this video, hopefully I've already shown you that I got the new Marcelle. And this is, they've kind of changed the look of it from what I was used to. So this is what the palette looks like now. And yeah, so it's a little bit different. It's definitely still a bronze, and it doesn't seem to have as many like sparkles in it like it used to. So, which is good, because that is sometimes not always good for people if you have textured skin to have those little flecks in there. It'll actually accentuate all of that. So just be mindful. It's always better if you do have textured skin to use more of a matte bronzer. So let me just find my brush. Okay, so I have my bronzing brush, and I don't even want to wreck it. I don't, but here we go. I'm just going to swirl my brush around in there. And let's see how this turns out. Okay, so it's, yeah, it's similar, yep, same brown, same kind of brownie tone that the old one had. It does have, oh, it is illuminating. Yeah, I can see that now as I'm looking in the, I don't know if the camera's picking it up. It's changed a little bit, I think, because I used to be able to just kind of swirl my brush around in there. Yeah, so I can see that it is leaving kind of a brown. So it's, well, I guess what I'm trying to say is that it seems a little bit more pigmented than it used to. I'm just going to soften it up a little bit in this area here with my sponge, because I don't want that harsh, I mean, I want to look bronze, but I don't want the lines. But again, that's what happens when you're trying out new products. You never know how they're going to look on you. But yeah, I'm just going to soften it up a little bit. That's a little bit better now. There's nothing with looking bronzy, but you also don't want to look like you're wearing bronze. So I'm just going to put a little bit on my nose, on my chin, and I'll use some of that excess that's on here, and I'll run it down here along my cheek and my neck. Yeah, that's really nice. I don't even know if I'm gonna wear, I don't even know if I have to wear blush today. I don't know. Well, let me just see. I have a blush picked out. I don't use it very often because I think they've discontinued it. So I'm just gonna put a little bit on my earlobe so everything kind of blends when I put my hair down. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna say it's a little bit more illuminating than their last one. So blush, I'm gonna go in, this is the e.l.f. and this is Twinkle Pink. And it's like that. So this is one of my favorites. Well, you can see that it's quite, I'm down to pan here. And I'm just, well, because I have that bronzer on there, I'm just gonna put a little bit of blush. Sometimes I'll just even go with bronzer. I won't even bother with blush. Okay, so this product here I got super excited about, and it's a brand I've never used before. So I found this in the store. This is the Profusion. This is Strobe and Glow, but these are all highlighters. So I haven't even used any of them yet. I'm just gonna have to take the tape off. So just give me 1 second. Okay, so this is what it looks like all opened up. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Look at these shades. I am so excited to want to use this one. Oh, look at that. But these are just beautiful. Oh my goodness, you guys, look at that. So, which one should I use? They all have names. So there's Fairy Dust, Cotton Candy, Jolly, Obsessed, Heartfelt, Three Wishes, Sugar Crust, Glazed, and Elated. So I think I'm gonna go in with, let me try Glazed. So that's this one here. It's on the golder tones. Now it does come with a little brush. So I figure, well, let's give it a try. Okay, let's see how this is gonna look. Oh my goodness, you guys, I don't know if you can see how, wow, that is pigmented. That I am gonna be lit up. Wow. Okay, so let's put a little bit up here. I'm not liking the brush, really, so I'm gonna go with my fan brush. The brush just isn't working for me. Okay, and then we're gonna go in on this other side using the fan brush. Oh, you guys, look at that. That is beautiful. So pretty. Wow. Well, I am super excited then to be trying some of these other ones. There's, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of them are more like on the goldy side of highlighters. And then the couple of the other ones are more like purple, pinky toned. But yeah, that is so pretty. And then I'm just going to go down the bridge of my nose on my Cupid's bow. And heck, let's put a little bit on our chin today. And then for some extra fun, I'm going to use my little brush here and put it in the corner of my eyes. So pretty. Oh my goodness. And then I'm just going to run it along under my eyebrows. Just highlight that area. Okay, well, you'll definitely see this palette on upcoming videos, and I'm super excited to try out some of these other colors. They look so beautiful. That is beautiful. So what I'm going to go in with now is my tried and true, the NYX. This is the retractable lip liner, and I have this in the shade Nude. And a lot of times what I do is I fill in my whole lip with the lip liner, and that's just going to help your lipstick stay on throughout the day. So as your lipstick is wearing off, that color will still be underneath. And then I'm going to go in with a new lipstick. So this is, I haven't used a lot of Physician Formulas stuff from their brand. I do want to try out, there's a foundation that they have. I want to try that. The butter bronzer, I know that Physicians Formula, they have a huge cult following with the butter bronzer. For me personally, I don't know what it was about that, but it just didn't work for me. I don't know why. And so I've never really repurchased it. This was years ago, so I may have to revisit it sometime in the future. And then I think they have a whole bunch of new things coming out, like some primers and stuff, so I'm curious to see how that is. But this is their, it's called the Healthy Lip, and I have this in the shade, hold on 1 minute. I have this in the shade All Natural, because, you know, I love nude lipsticks. So this apparently is supposed to be really good for your lips, and it has a velvet finish. So let's give it a try. Oh yeah, it's definitely on the nude side. It has a little bit of a scent to it. Yeah, I'm surprised actually. It applies really nice. The applicator is really nice. And because this is a liquid lipstick, I'm just going to let it dry a little bit, and then I'm going to apply just a topper. Yeah, so it's dried really, really nicely on the lips. So for a topper today, I'm going in with the e.l.f. Lip Plumping Gloss. And this is in the shade Peach Bellini. And what I like about this gloss is it actually makes your lips tingle. So whether it's doing something or not, I don't know. But I like to put it just kind of in the center and then tap it in. And then to finish off the look, I'm going to go in with the NYX Dewy Finish. This is the setting spray. So I'm going to give it a little shake and set my face all day. So I'm really happy how this look has turned out. I just kind of quickly did my hair, and while I was in the bathroom, I was like, this really has turned out nicely. I'm really happy with the mascara. Again, I said I was out of my comfort zone, so really, really happy with that. And the liquid lipstick looks like it's a really nice color. It's staying on. My lips are tingling right now from that e.l.f. gloss. I tell you, it's, I don't know, I should actually do a before and after, do my lips before and after and see if they actually have plumped up at all. That would be interesting to see. And the primer, when I was actually looking at my face in here, I don't know if I can get a close-up shot for you guys, but just actually in this area right here, these are blurred. Like I usually have quite large pores in this area. So for it to say it's a blur and smooth. It really has. I can see that right in this area here. It really has smoothed them out. And then my absolute favorite so already has been the this one here, the Strobe and Glow by Profusion. So I'm loving those highlighters, and the foundation looks like it's doing a nice job. It's not settling into my pores like it is, sorry, into my wrinkles like it usually does. So, and it's kind of giving me like a glowy look. So I don't know, maybe that's the vitamin C in there, like because I said it was vitamin E and C. So we'll see how, if there's any other issues with it, I'll let you know maybe in the description box as I wear it through the day. But right now I'm really liking it. So I really liked how this has turned out. I'm loving the products that I used, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Kind of a little in-depth look at some of my new products and some of my favorites, and that sometimes will change over as you start using new products. They fast become some of your favorites. I may do this more on a regular basis because, yeah, as you try products, like a couple of these have become my favorites over time. So yeah, we'll see how it all works out. And as always, let me know in the comments below if you have tried any of these products and how you found them. I'd be interested to know. I always like your feedback. So as always, I would love for you guys to subscribe if you haven't already, comment, share, and as always, have a great week. And I'll see you guys all very soon in my next video. Bye!